I think it's so important to be able to raise the voices of those that have been misrepresented or underrepresented and kind of show them that, you know, that they can do it. Like, there are role models out there for them, and they should feel motivated to go on and pursue whatever they want to pursue.
I feel like communication definitely does give a voice to the unheard, and also like allows people to have like a seat at the table.
I think once one story is told, it's almost like a domino effect that so many other stories come out of that one vein and really shine a light on something both special and something that can really make a change once you have a lot of people behind a story and a lot of voices being told.
I just love stories. I love storytelling. Something that I always say is that writing is my superpower. I just love when people listen, and I love making people listen, and I feel like I can do that with what I say and with what I write and what I put down.
Hello. Hey! So what makes you interested in communications, or like you specifically said, what made you want to enter the industry?
I never thought of my life through, you know, what do I want to do? It was how can I help the most amount of people? And I think that communications is such a powerful avenue to connect with people, especially in the world that we're in that sometimes feels increasingly divisive, to have communications, to be there and to build bridges and to educate the public.
Seeing the great capabilities communications has in reaching people all over the world and affecting their lives for the better.
I feel like with the scholarship, it's like, it makes us feel so good because it's people that we don't even know that saw something special in us, like through the essay, through the phone call, and then in person. It was just like, we went through these process, and each time someone like saw this like light that was glowing in us and like want to help us shine. And so I think that's really beautiful about this scholarship.
Exactly. It's so validating to see that all these amazing women in the communications industry believe in us enough to give us not only this financial push towards pursuing our dreams, but also allowing us to be part of this amazing organization of women.
It's actually like the first scholarship I've ever won, so it's like, it feels very rewarding.
Probably the biggest takeaway from being a former recipient is just that New York Wiki, whatever you put into New York Wiki will give back to you like double whatever you've put in.
It's definitely about the connections, the networking, and that's what the field of communication is all about.
So do you have like a power statement?
So there's a song lyric by one of my favorite bands that I kind of like to live by. Language and perspective shape the way we live. And I just really relate to that statement. I think that it also really applies to communications. How we present ourselves and our thoughts really make a difference in what happens and how we affect the world.
I actually I have a bracelet of it, which is like crazy, but it says, "She believed she could, so she did," which I know everybody probably uses, but just kind of having it like on like my wrist at all times is just kind of reassuring to be like, if I think I can do it, I can definitely do it, and the only thing that's going to stop me from not doing it is believing that I can't do it.
Mine is be bold, because I just think that a lot of times people are too timid and scared to say what they want to say, do what they want to do, so being bold is just something that I think people should keep in mind.
My friends kind of joke around, and they made me this sign a couple years ago. It says "Write like a girl," and I have it hanging on my wall. For somebody who is in this industry, there's a lot of men in sports journalism, so I just sort of like, when I feel alone a little bit, I just like to say it to myself.
My mom always taught me that like, be the change you want to see. If there's something you want, go after it. Figure out what's stopping you, overcome those hurdles, and move on. Like, grab the world like by your hands. It's your oyster.
I always just try to think, okay, well, why do I wake up every day? Why do I go to school? And then I remember, oh, I love writing. That's what inspires me every day, to like come up with stories or to like write the truth and make sure that people have like access to the truth, even if it's just like at my high school.
I'm so passionate about women's rights and equality, and just like this organization as a whole is just so big on fostering beautiful and just important careers for women everywhere.
I'd like to be a broadcast journalist in the future. I'd like to focus specifically on political reporting and human rights reporting. I'd like to eventually travel to Latin America and focus in on Latin American policies and hopefully cover those issues, because it's something that's really something that matters to me.
I say I want to be like a princess and a ballerina and an astronaut, and I can't do all of that, but being able to interview people of all walks of life, I'd be able to tell their stories accurately and almost like live their life for just a minute.
I want to work in the future to make sure that the media represents women in a more positive, realistic light, so that women grow up feeling inspired to really, really feel that they can pursue anything.